Okay. Okay, we'll do one more IEM review. Hello, I'm Zeus Pantera, the host of In Here Fetish. Let's dump that out on her. Tanchjim, which this is a really cool logo, and they need to make like a pendant that comes with things. This is the Nora. See there, Nora. See, look, she's still probably not wearing clothes, but she's protected by, I guess, crystals. Ruri rocks. Green eyes. So this is a different Tanchjim because you look at the website and it doesn't exist. I think I'm doing this a little bit early. I found one on eBay through Annie Audio that claims $120. And all right, you know what? Tanchjim is, I know their branding and I know their price scheme. That's not terrible for a Tanchjim. It's not that what's important. I've actually found a post on Headfi of all places about it, which I guess it came out a couple days ago. And it is apparently, and it says somewhere in here like first, there it is, Tanchjim's first hi-fi monitoring headphones. Even though they're an IEM and not a headphone, but we're not going to argue the fucking state of the facts of anything. So it's a single dynamic of an unknown size, because I went through all of these pictures and things and explain. Oh, I went through it all. And the long and short of it is a single dynamic dual magnetic driver designed for mixing and mastering, which means it's not a fun, let's put on our fucking IEMs and dance IEM. This is I'm going to study music mastery. Is that a thing? Is music mastery a thing? And I need flat frequency response, and I need to know if this song is good or bad or well recorded or shit. And I think they've succeeded. Today was an interesting day. I did many an IEM, and I actually started the day with the Zagat Luna, which is a $380 IEM that is the same purpose. It is exactly made for mixing, mastering, and monitoring, which means it shouldn't be like a fun, exciting thing to listen to. It should just be very honest about what your music is doing. I'm keeping that one. In fact, it's there next to my Neumann NDH-20s with the modified pads. Don't ask me what pads they are. I can't tell you, and neither can Dylan from Duconi, so we're fucked. Those for $380 are a 6BA, which again is also very abnormal that I like it so much, being just a 6BA with no dynamic. Usually, single dynamics like these are my bread and butter love joy things. Like, they're just the best of the best. There's like a 90% chance I'm going to like a single dynamic more than most other IEMs. And I guess in true studio monitor reality, I'm just okay with these. Because although I'm keeping the Lunas to experiment to see if I can do sound demos with them, these definitely feel like they're on the cheaper end of a studio monitor. I don't want to say Audio-Technica M50X because we don't fucking say that word here. Even on the In Here Fetish channel, we don't say that word. But like the Shure 1540s up there. See those headphones? And I don't like to compare IEMs to headphones, so never ask me to do this again. But the Shure 1540s up there are a well-renowned $500, I got them for $400, which one I bought them, studio monitoring headphone. Neutral and flat. But those are neutral flat, and I want to fucking cut my wrists just to see color. That's a Lewis Black joke. And two over from that are the Sony CD900 STs. And those are both mixing headphones. And the Shures, while being way better built than the Sonys, I'll take the Sonys every fucking day. The only reason the Shures are there is because I got them on sale for $400. They come with Shure 1540 pads because they're Shure 1540s. And they're made of carbon fiber, and the headband is so fucking cool. And it's the only reason I have them. I want to fucking I don't even want to go to sleep. It annoys me the way the music sounds in them. And the Sonys don't do that. They have, while being flat, still a little bit of more dynamics. Now, Tanchjim has historically had a perfect record on this channel, and it's not going to go away because of this IEM. I'm not going to be like, these are shit. No one should buy these. Nah, fuck it, throw them away. Because they're still a Tanchjim. They have managed to pull off a very, very respectable sound in a single dynamic that is tuned to be essentially flat. Not Harmon. I don't think they ever say the word Harmon in it. But it's essentially a flat. I will say it is rather fucking small. I'm actually going to take the render tips off because I have had the render tips on. Very, very weirdly large nozzle for the size of the IEM. This IEM is tiny. This thing is tiny. This is almost JoJo tiny. Which, by the way, JoJo Tiny is my porn star name. So there you go. Although my real porn star name is supposed to be your first pet and then the street you grew up on. And my first pet was Tommy the Hermit Crab. And I can't say the street I grew up on because my parents still live there and I don't want you to find it. But yeah, it was Tommy like Rock Whore. Something like that. It was a real good name. It's a real good porn star name. What's your porn star name? If you don't mind sharing the street you grew up on, it's your first pet and the street you grew up on. That's your porn star name. So if your first pet was Muffins the dog and you grew up on like, I don't know, Buttermilk Falls Road, your porn star name would be Muffin Buttermilk Falls. It's a terrible porn star name, but you know, there you go. Shoving these things in my ear now with the silicones. Crazy sensitive. Like, I had them on Valencia through this stack, and I could tell you from other IEMs that, you know, the Wandala has a little bit of noise coming out of it because Valencia is dead silent. Like, I can promise you, there is nothing coming out of it if you put plugs in the back of the XLRs. And there was noise, but there was extra noise when I plugged these in. It's dead silent here. Wait, hold on. Let me cycle through. Yeah, it's dead silent coming out of the Alpha Pro, but coming out of the amplification in the Alpha Pro, I hear noise. So we're talking about sensitive IEMs. But here's the thing. They're sensitive, yet I'm pushing them like that hard with this, which is kind of hard. If I had to describe these for a layperson who's never heard a monitoring IEM, they're low energy. When I will not dance to the Tanchjim Nora. It's sad, but true. Like I'm listening to... It says, Rosmek peace, Rastaman stand. And I should be like, smoking a giant blunt, but also like bobbing my head to this, and I don't feel like doing that. These are homework IEMs. And not like, I'm going to put them on and enjoy music while I'm doing my homework. These are IEMs when your homework is fucking music. If you're going to school for music, you buy a set of these. Because number one, they're one of the cheapest ones you can get that I actually still respect. Because Tanchjim, the brand, and there's a waifu on the fucking waifu on the goddamn cover. So why wouldn't you purchase these instead of whatever your teacher recommended? But they're still doing a thing with the dynamic that I can tell all the frequencies are there. I can tell it's not being coerced with 9 BAs and 1 D. It's not trying to be complicated. This is a bone stock, simple bitch IEM tuned for a very specific working man's purpose. I Rastaman still stand. And Prodigy, all right? Yeah, it's dead flat. It's flat and neutral. Almost to the edge of boring, which is fine. That means it's doing its job. I wouldn't use these for pleasure. It's like a hamburger. No cheese, no onion, no lettuce, no tomato, no mayonnaise, no sauce at all. Just a burger and some buns and just enough salt on it so that you don't want to gag. You don't want to gag on that hamburger where it's got nothing, but it's just like hamburger. And maybe usually you get the deluxe hamburger, and that's every other IEM. That's for fun and excitement and fucking around. This is hamburger. It's like a Fantasy Star 1 burger. It's just burger, generic burger. But this is what you need to reset your expectations. It's actually such a small thing. It almost fails this test where it's kind of JoJo-esque. Where are my JoJos? I don't think I have my JoJos here. I just got half-naked anime girls all over the place. But it's so small, it almost fails the pinky between the tip and the wire thing. And I have these are my fucking Juno SS tips, which extend out in a square. So they're almost guaranteed to fit because they're going to fit the same here as if you're in the inside all the way. And they're still having a little bit of a hard time getting in my ears. So if you have big ears, you're going to have to be a little bit more concerned. The tips they come with are pretty generic looking. Those are real smalls. Holy fuck. That tiny as hell. Like, look at that compared to that one. I may have to keep those for people who have, like, broken little tiny ears. So you might want to consider the SS's if you're buying these. Yeah, this is a plain hamburger. It's a respectable plain hamburger. It's doing exactly what I expected to do. Treble's not too sharp. Bass is dead flat, neutral. It's like I'm doing homework. It's like I'm like, the Thing, serialization from the music from the motion picture. Okay, I could tell exactly what synth they used. Yeah, these are study IEMs for people who work in the field. And it's kind of like a good little gateway drug, to study. Studying and drugs are the same fucking thing. Shinobu's wearing glasses, by the way, which is why I picked it, because obviously she's working. She's going to school. She got the bag. And yeah, I wouldn't... They're also a glass back, which is... That's pretty nutty. I had to peel off the thing. So you've got a very pretty, kind of small, completely see-through shell. And the Tanchjim wire is interchangeable head, which I think is going to confuse a lot of musical professionals, because they're just like, what is a 4.4? Why do I need that when I could have my 3.4, like my quarter inch for my mixing board? Well, you have that, or you go balanced. Single wire. Actually pretty fucking straight, considering it was looped really tiny. Good strain relief. This is one of those reviews where I'm just like, I'm doing the thing I don't like when reviewers do, whereas they read you specs, and then they're like, and it's very pretty. But there's nothing about the sound on these that makes me want to describe it to you. Because it's not there. It's just as if I opened up this fucking FLAC file in a fucking notepad.exe, and it's just hundreds and thousands of lines of just gibberish. And I'm like, well, here it is. Here's the raw music. Some computer can understand that. I am not a computer. I'm a human being, and I want emotion and soul, and I want differences. And my job is not to analyze music. My job is to experience it with all the toppings and flavors and barbecue sauces and seeds in the bun and no seeds in your bun. What's your perfect hamburger? Tell me in the comments. So the only time I get hyped is when I'm going to use something like a super neutral IEM, like the Luna, and my sound demos. When I put the IEMs in, or soon to be, and then I put the headphones in the recording rig, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to make it sound exactly like it does in real life. And this would probably do that, but no matter how good I positioned the Eris on the recording rig, the fact that I'm listening to it directly and it's kind of boring means it'll always be boring. These have the limitation of being $120. When you are hired after school and you're done with your studying and you're not a freshman or a sophomore anymore, you will have to upgrade from the Nora to something else. You're going to have to get something bigger and better and badder. Probably the Zagat Luna, because I fucking said so. It's $380. It's more than double the cost. Is it triple? It's triple the fucking cost. The Zagat Lunas are triple the cost, but they are triple the IEM for work. work-related things. So I want to thank Tanchjim for sending this out. It's one of those things that if I didn't know, if it did not say specifically that it was for professional monitoring, I would have given these kind of a lame review. I'd be like, not really. They're certainly not my taste for music. But I understand when you give me something that is for the working man in the music industry, here you go. This is what happens when I get like expensive studio monitor speakers. I just got those. I got the iLoud Precision MTMs, $1,200 a piece. And my only hope is that when I set those up, they're not Genelecs. Which I know sounds like a fucking terrible thing to say because everybody fucking jerks off left-handed to Genelecs, which is this hand. But at the same time, I've had Genelecs in the channel for review, and while they are insanely clear, they have no soul. But that's what you want when you're mastering and mixing and all that shit. I want just enough to make me sing and dance. And these don't make me sing and dance, which means they're probably fucking amazing mastering IEMs. So yeah, thank you to Tanchjim. The Noras will be linked eventually. They're just not anywhere. According to DuckDuckGo, at least, they don't exist. There's a YouTube unboxing, the eBay link. There's a Chi-Fi Freedom group on Facebook. Then there's literally a Chinese website, Tanchjim Audio, Amazon linking the Tanchjim ones. So they're just not here. That's Vietnamese. I will publish this to my Patreon. So if you're watching this on Patreon, because it is free, by the way, to go watch all my upcoming IEM reviews on Patreon or Subscribestar. You don't have to pay for them. Just go there and find the unlocked posts. If you're seeing this there probably isn't a link. I'll probably have to hold off on this being a public release until I ask Tanchjim, where the fuck are you selling these? Because I'm assuming they're correct at 120. As far as my price pick for them, I'm going to keep it at 120. I don't really have a frame of reference for a lot of studio monitor IEMs, like actual monitoring IEMs. And it's a fucking Tanchjim. You get glass backs, all right? Like actual glass. And this wire with the interchangeable thing. And although this is the only bag, considering you're buying these for like schoolwork and can probably write it off, 120 seems perfect. So yeah, I'm done. We're done. She's done. I'll probably definitely sell these in the yard sale. I'm going to be real sad. Those green eyes. It's all about those green eyes. Okay, we're done. Shinobu's done. Wallpaper in the wallpaper hoard. Mousepad on Reddit. Is that a beauty mark or dirt? I can never tell. Yeah, I'm going to shut everything off because my reviews are done for the night. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy time, everybody. And I will see you all in the next one.